Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, we've been hearing about that report on anti-Semitism, and the acting chair of the Home Affairs Committee, Tim Loughton, joins me now. Thanks for coming in, Tim.
Morning, Andrew.
Now, this is, first of all, let's to explain to people who haven't been watching too closely exactly what your committee report says. First of all, about the Labour Party, and then generally.
Well, this is a report into anti-Semitism in this country, which we've been looking into since June, and we've published it today. And there's some quite hard-hitting points that we put in it. First of all, this is about anti-Semitism in the country generally, and there's been an increase of 11% alone in the last year in anti-Semitic crimes. But also it's how anti-Semitism is infecting political parties, and I'm afraid we've made particular criticism of the way the anti-Semitic incidents within the Labour Party haven't been handled well by Jeremy Corbyn.
And what's at the core of your criticism?
Well, we had all the party leaders, except for the Prime Minister, in front of our committee. So this is about anti-Semitism within all the parties. But you cannot deny that the spate of anti-Semitic incidents, allegations made against Labour Party members and many elected members has raised the whole profile of this issue. And it was because of that that Jeremy Corbyn commissioned the so-called independent Chakrabarti report, which we feel wasn't worth the paper it was written on, and he still seems to be in denial about the nature and extent of the problem he's got within his own party.
You come close to accusing Shami Chakrabarti of being corrupt in this report.
No, we don't say corrupt, but what we have done, and we still are waiting a reply to our letter to her about the timings of when she was offered the peerage, which she now has. And if this is supposed to be an independent report written by somebody who's now sitting around the shadow cabinet table with Jeremy Corbyn, and it's a report which just describes these anti-Semitic incidents as unhappy incidents, I'm afraid lots of people have said, really, this isn't worth the paper it's written on, and Jeremy Corbyn needs to be doing more.
Shami Chakrabarti, sitting in that chair, I asked her, and she said that she had not been offered a peerage before she before she wrote the report, and therefore she denies that there's any what she called transactional funny business going on. We should make that clear. Jeremy Corbyn, I don't think Jeremy Corbyn's got an anti-Semitic bone in his body, so far as I can tell. I've talked to him about this. But is your suggestion that he has allowed a culture to emerge inside the Labour Party which allows outright Jew haters too much free rein?
Well, we pay tribute to Jeremy Corbyn's long and proud record of fighting racism over many, many years. That is not in doubt. What we do question is his leadership in actually doing something serious about this emerging problem of anti-Semitism. Up to 50 members of the Labour Party, elected members in many cases, have been suspended over the last year on his watch. Some of them then have been readmitted to the Labour Party without explanation, some of them being re-suspended again. I'm afraid there is a culture, and it came to us from many witnesses, many from within the Labour Party, that this mismanagement has created an air of it being safe for these anti-Semites within the Labour Party to operate. That is not in the interest, not just of the Labour Party, but all political parties, and that's why every member of the Select Committee across all parties, including Labour MPs, should have supported this report unanimously without a vote, and that's why it needs to be taken seriously.
Tim Loughton, thank you very much indeed for joining us. We haven't got an awful lot of time. Busy morning.